Hello everyone, welcome to this English course designed specifically for technicians working with solar energy systems. Today, we will focus on improving your communication skills in English, especially when interacting with clients. By the end of this session, you'll know key phrases, technical vocabulary, and how to handle common client situations. Let's start by introducing ourselves. This 1-hour course will help you communicate more effectively with our English-speaking clients. We will focus on useful phrases and technical vocabulary related to solar energy to improve customer interactions. First, you'll learn key phrases like, "Good morning, how can I assist you?" or "I understand the issue, let me check your system." These are essential for clear communication. We will also cover technical vocabulary, such as maintenance, battery, and system, so you can explain solutions clearly. For example, "We need to schedule maintenance for your system," or "the battery needs replacing." Finally, we will practice common scenarios, like scheduling an appointment or addressing a technical issue. You'll say things like, "Would you like to book a service appointment?" or "We'll send a technician to check your system." Keywords include customer, client, support, assistance, appointment, rendezvous, service, and system, system. These will help make interactions smoother and more professional. By the end of this course, you'll feel confident speaking with clients, explaining issues, and providing the right support. Clear communication will build trust and improve customer satisfaction. Hi, my name is Astrid, and I work at GoShop. I'm here to help you improve your English communication skills, especially when interacting with our English-speaking clients. Let's start with a simple scenario. Imagine you're greeting a client on the phone. You can say, "Hello, my name is your name. How can I assist you today?" It's a friendly and professional way to begin. If the client has a problem with their system, you might say, "I understand the issue. Let me check your system and I'll get back to you shortly." Now, let's look at some key words we often use. For example, customer means client and support means assistance. If a client asks for an appointment, you can respond, "I will schedule an appointment for you." You can also say, "We'll send a technician to check your system." Let's practice. I'll be the client. You can say, "Hello, how can I help you today?" Then, "I'll tell you my issue," and you respond with, "I'll check your system and follow up." As you can see, these small conversations make a big difference. With more practice, you'll feel more confident when speaking with our English-speaking clients. Now, let's try another scenario, like scheduling an appointment or explaining a technical issue. Let's now put our new vocabulary into practice with a role-play exercise. Pair up with a colleague and take turns practicing a conversation. One of you will play the technician and the other will be the client. After each exchange, switch roles. For example, client, "I have a problem with my system. Can you help me?" Technician, "Yes, let me check the system. I will verify what the issue is." Now, using the vocabulary, try to include these words in your conversation. To check, verify issue, problem solution, solution question, question to respond, répondre, client, "What's the issue with the system?" Technician, "The issue seems to be with the battery. Let me offer a solution." Continue practicing with different scenarios and don't forget to switch roles after each exchange. This will help you get comfortable using the new vocabulary in real situations. Let's practice a conversation using key terms related to solar energy. Pair up with a colleague, and one of you will play the role of the technician while the other will be the client. After each exchange, switch roles. Here's an example. Client, "Can you explain why my solar panel isn't working properly?" Technician, "Let me check the wiring and the voltage. It might be a connection issue." In this scenario, we are using terms like solar panel, panneau solaire, wiring, câblage, and voltage, tension, to explain the situation. Now let's incorporate some of the new vocabulary. Energy, energy efficiency, efficacity, current, current power, puissance to connect, connector. For example, the technician might say, "Technician, The system isn't producing enough power. It could be due to low efficiency in the panels or a problem with the current. Client, can you connect the battery to the inverter and see if the issue persists? Switch roles and keep practicing. Use as many key terms as possible, such as battery, inverter, onduleur, and charge controller, régulateur de charge. This will help you become more familiar with the technical vocabulary and improve your communication with clients. Here's a conversation using the new vocabulary related to solar energy. Client, the solar panel doesn't seem to be producing enough power. Technician, it could be a fault with the inverter or the wiring. Let me inspect the inverter first. Client, do you think the battery is also affected? Technician, maybe. I will also check the voltage to see if the battery is charging properly. New vocabulary: to produce, produire fault, défaut inspection, inspection to repair, réparer, to fix, réparer, corriger. You can use this dialogue to practice how to explain issues to clients and discuss potential solutions. Try switching roles with a colleague to get comfortable with both client and technician perspectives. Let's look at a scenario involving a common issue: a battery not charging. Here's how the conversation might go between a client and technician. Client, the battery is not charging, and we don't have power during the night. Technician, I will check the solar panel and the charge controller. Sometimes the wiring is loose. Client, what do you need from me? Technician, just show me the battery and I'll start the inspection. In this scenario, the technician focuses on checking key components such as the solar panel, charge controller, and wiring to resolve the issue. This conversation highlights the importance of clear communication with the client and outlining the next steps. New vocabulary: to charge, charger loose. Désirer, to inspect, inspect a power outage. Coupure de courant, to troubleshoot. Dépanner. Let's add some practical advice to this scenario. For example, after inspecting the battery and the connections, the technician might offer advice on preventing future issues. Technician, after inspecting the system, it seems the wiring was loose, which caused the power outage. I've tightened it now. To avoid this in the future, regular maintenance checks will ensure everything stays secure. This extra step of educating the client adds value by building trust and ensuring they understand how to maintain the system. Here's a practical conversation based on the situation of a newly installed solar panel system that isn't producing enough energy. Client, we installed the solar panels last week, but they don't seem to produce enough energy. Technician, it could be due to shading or dust on the panels. I will clean them and make sure they are correctly aligned. Client, how long will it take to fix this? Technician, it shouldn't take more than 30 minutes. In this conversation, the technician identifies potential issues such as shading, ombre, or dust, poussière, affecting the solar panel's performance. The technician's response reassures the client that a simple cleaning and adjustment can resolve the problem. New vocabulary: shading, charge, ombre, dust, poussière, to clean, nettoyer, alignment, to measure, measurer. To add value, the technician might also explain why regular maintenance is important. Technician, it's important to regularly clean the panels and check their alignment to ensure maximum efficiency. Dust buildup and shading can significantly reduce energy production, so we recommend a check every few months. This extra information not only educates the client, but also builds trust and encourages proactive maintenance for optimal performance. Here's a conversation regarding an issue with an inverter that a client is experiencing. Client, the system was working fine until yesterday, and now the inverter is making a strange noise. Technician, it's possible that the inverter is overheating, or there's a wiring issue. I will check the connections and reset the system. Client, will this fix the problem permanently? Technician, if the wiring is fine, yes. If not, we might need to replace a part. In this scenario, the technician addresses the client's concern by identifying potential issues such as overheating, surchauffer, or a wiring issue. which demonstrates a thorough understanding of the equipment. New vocabulary: overheating, surchauffe noise, bruit, to reset, reinitialize a connection, connection replacement, reemplacement. To add value, the technician could explain the importance of monitoring the inverter. Technician: it's essential to keep an eye on the inverter's performance. Regular checks can prevent issues like overheating, and I recommend scheduling periodic inspections to ensure everything is functioning correctly. This approach not only resolves the immediate concern, but also encourages the client to take proactive steps in maintaining their solar energy system, enhancing overall satisfaction and reliability. Here's an exercise designed to help you practice your skills in a collaborative setting. Exercise: in groups of 3, take turns playing the roles of the technician and the client. Each group will receive a different scenario to act out, such as a battery issue, an inverter problem, or a solar panel malfunction. Scenario ideas: battery problem. The client reports that the battery is not holding a charge. Inverter issue. The client says the inverter is making strange noises and not functioning properly. Solar panel malfunction. The client complains that the solar panels are producing very little energy. Use the phrases and technical terms you've learned during the course, such as to charge, charger fault, défaut, to inspect, inspector overheating, surchauffe alignment, alignment steps. Assign roles within your group: technician, client, and observer. The technician will address the client's issue using the relevant vocabulary and phrases. After the role play, the observer will provide feedback on how well each person performed, focusing on communication skills and use of technical terms. Switch roles after each scenario to ensure everyone has the chance to practice both sides. New vocabulary: scenario, role play, jeu de rôle, to simulate, similar feedback, retour d'information, to improve, améliorer. This exercise will help you enhance your communication skills and gain confidence in discussing technical issues with clients. Remember to keep the conversation professional and informative. In this session, we focused on the use of technical vocabulary related to solar energy systems, allowing you to engage more effectively with English-speaking clients. You've participated in practical scenarios that simulate real-life situations you might encounter, helping you gain confidence in using the vocabulary in context. It's important to continue practicing these skills to ensure you're well prepared for future interactions. Next steps: use the phrases and terms learned during this course in your upcoming interventions with clients. Remember to pose questions if you need assistance or clarification on any technical aspects or client interactions. New vocabulary. To summarize: résumé, next steps, prochaines étapes, to practice, pratique, improvement, amélioration, to ask for help, demander de l'aide. By incorporating these steps and vocabulary into your daily work, you can enhance your communication skills and improve overall client satisfaction. Keep up the great work, and don't hesitate to reach out if you need support along the way. Client: can you explain how the solar panel works? Technician: sure. The solar panel collects sunlight, lumière du soleil, and convertir, it into electricity. This happens through photovoltaic cells within the panel. Client: what happens to the electricity after it's generated? Technician: once the electricity is generated, it is stored, in a battery. This allows you to use the energy when you need it, even when the sun isn't shining. Client: and how does it power my home? Technician: the inverter then takes the stored electricity and converts it into usable power, alimenter, for your home appliances. This way, you can use solar energy for everything from lights to refrigerators. Client: that sounds great. Are there other benefits? Technician: absolutely. Using solar panels can significantly reduce your electricity bills and reliance on the grid. Plus, it helps in lowering your carbon footprint since you're using renewable energy from the sun. Client: thank you for the explanation. Client: my inverter keeps shutting down. What's going on? Technician: it could be a wiring issue or overheating. I will check the connections and make sure the system isn't overloaded. Client. How can I prevent this from happening again? Technician. Regular maintenance can help. It's important to ensure that the inverter and all connections are in good condition. I recommend scheduling periodic checks to diagnose any potential issues early. Client. That makes sense. How long will the inspection take? Technician. The inspection should take about 30 minutes. If I find a wiring issue, or if we need to troubleshoot further, it may take a bit longer. Client. Thank you. I appreciate your help. New vocabulary. To shut down. S'éteindre overload. Surcharge. To diagnose. Diagnostiquer. Wiring issue. Problème de câblage. To troubleshoot. Dépanner. Client. I'm really worried. This is the second time the system fails. Technician. I understand your concern. I want to reassure you that we will address this issue and ensure it's fixed permanently. Client. What are the next steps? Technician. First, I will inspect the system thoroughly to identify the problem. This involves checking all the connections and components to determine what's causing the failure. Client. How long will that take? Technician. The inspection should take about 30 minutes. Once I identify the issue, I will explain how we can solve it and what the best course of action will be. Client. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it. Technician. No problem at all. We're here to make sure your system works efficiently. Let's get started. New vocabulary. Concern. Preoccupation. To reassure. Rassurer permanently. Definitive meant to inspect. Inspector to solve. Résoudre.